their final heroes on a mid, on an off lane. And we're just waiting to see what they decide to take up. I'm looking forward to seeing this Lena Visage Lifestealer tri-lane, because you've got a solid stun, you've got a solid slow, you've actually got two, you've got one good slow, and Lifestealer can follow up with his open wounds. Lena can follow up with a stun. This is definitely quite a strong tri-lane that we're seeing here. Not to mention we have huge nukes, and they do pick up a Magnus. They do pick up that tanky sort of mid-hero that might not be able to win the lane. He might not be able to farm it up and get solo kills, but he definitely isn't going to lose the lane as long as he's cautious, as long as there are wards. And he's got a huge teamfight potential with that RP, with that skewer. He can RP straight into a Lena Light Strike array. And that is really powerful if you catch all 5 of the team, or even if you catch just 3. That's huge damage just there. RP skewer, and their offlane is going to be Clinks. We're going to see a Clinks offlane. I was seriously thinking something along the lines of Bounty Hunter, because Darkseer was taken, and Darkseer's seen a lot of play. But I'm going to enjoy seeing this Clinks, because we're going to have an offlane Invis hero, and how amazing is that going to be? I wonder if he's going to, kill the camps. I wonder if he's going to... Because they don't really have a really super late game hard carry. Not on the Chaos Knight. Maybe in the Kunkka. We do see really late game Kunkka hard carries. He can definitely be farmed up and deal a lot of damage. What was that Sing Sing video? He team wiped the enemy team with 1 hit. Lucky Daedalus crits with his with his Tidebringer. It can happen, but now they've got a sure one, a solid right clicker in the Clinks, as well as good team fight potential with the Nyx Assassin, with the Bane, with the Kunkka. And Chaos Knight just probably, I imagine, he could be in a tri-lane with Kunkka. He's also a good mid. He's also a solid carry. Not particularly brilliant on the right clicks, though. So let's take a look at these teams here. We've got Arctic Light playing the probable off-lane Clinks. We've got Kunkka, played by Blackluster Soldier. Pebble playing the Bane. Foul Blade. Foul with that symbol? With that symbol, really? Alliance? He's playing the support Nyx, and we've got Hadric playing on the Chaos Knight, which will either be a mid or in a carry position. Clockwork looks to be going mid here. Nocturne playing the Clockwork looks to be going mid, and they're playing Magnus off lane. This will be really interesting if it does happen, but he might just be venturing into the jungle. We've got Konga, or Konga, not too sure, playing the Lena there. Visage is up the top with the Lifestealer. Lag playing Visage, and CJ Izzle is on the Lifestealer. Sorry, Lag is on the Visage, and CJ Izzle on the Lifestealer there. And they're just sticking around here. They want to secure this rune, whereas CM25 is just getting into lane here. So Brotes already showing a little bit more coordination with that ward there. And no wards that I can see from CM25, although Pebble is going to go place them now. And Magnus already with the skewer, wondering if that's useful there. I always save my skills. Oh, looks like I can't be heard. Yeah, I should be. Have you selected my cast box?
Strength renewed and purpose with it.
Okay, so I'm terribly sorry about that. I hope the viewers on Twitch can hear me. I'm just going to do a quick Twitch check to see if I can be heard on Twitch, because the dialogue box is definitely coming up. So excuse me for a little bit of feedback that I'm going to get. I don't really want to miss any first bloods. Not that I think it's going to happen with this Clinks here, although they have already started. Lynx does just disappear, and a sentry ward is placed, so he can actually keep harassing him. The Lifestealer won't be able to make it. Yeah, so there's definitely feedback coming along here. So let's take a look at so I'm sorry that that's going to feed back into you guys, but I have paused it and muted it now. So I'm terribly sorry about that, guys, if you can't hear me in the box. Oh, I'm really sorry about that, but you can check me out on twitch.tv/OnlyLogic. Meanwhile, Magnus here just skewering out these trees to make sure that nobody can come from behind. But the Nyx is just completely keeping him out of lane. We've got 2 defensive tri-lanes here. And I've got a funny feeling that the Clinks, even with that sentry ward there, is going to be better off than the Magnus in this lane, purely because the Magnus can be harassed out of lane by a melee Nyx, whereas the Clinks sorta does. You see, Clink's already getting levels here. He's already level 2, whereas the Magnus hasn't even gotten in range of a single last hit. Now he has, finally, he's gotten some experience on the board there, whereas the Clinks is already level 2. Harassed, true, but already being level 2 is definitely a bit of a boon, and he's getting last hits there as well. Let's take a look at mid. Nocturne here, having a bit of a tussle with Kunkka, but it looks like they're both quite even. Let's take a quick look at these last hits and denies, and of course top is Lifestealer. Second highest is the Chaos Knight, which is completely understandable. They're the ones that are meant to get the gold. Then we've got Kunkka actually beating the Clockwork here in mid, so absolutely brilliant play here in mid by the Kunkka, matching his hard carry in terms of last hits. And it looks like he has been slow to Arctic, like is just going to get out of there. Which I'm a little bit worried about, because you really do need as much mana as you possibly can get for that Soul Assumption. Nocturne with the Illusion Rune, so maybe he can get up to Kunkka now and sort of match him there with the ability of getting last hits. As long as he's not in range of that Tidebringer, which is going to cost him a lot. Magnus just already out of regen in an offlane position. Well, I feel terribly sorry for this Magnus. He's probably going to go mid. He's just going to sit here and try to get some experience. But if he doesn't get the last hits, now it looks like he's been soloed out. Nyx with a stun. Is he going to be nightmared there? No, he's just going to be pushed out of lane. Maybe the Clockwork could come down, the Kunkka. No, it's not going to happen. They're just going to completely zone him out of the lane, while the Chaos Knight just keeps taking last hits. Brilliant play here from the CM25 tri-lane, but we're seeing just as good play by CJ Izzle and his tri-lane here. And now they're going to push it into the jungle here, which is a little bit of a silly idea. But and they're going to deny some of these creeps. And Clink's still harassing. This is the power of Clinks. As much as you've got 2 sentry wards here, you can see that their vision is only up to there, which means that if Clinks goes invisible, if he goes through here, he'll be stuffed. But if he goes through here, then he won't be stuffed. And you can see that Lag has stopped attacking him, so now he knows. Now Clinks knows the limits. Yes, Big Cow, I am casting a game right now. Twitch.tv/OnlyLogic. Okay, so getting back to this. Sorry about the disruptions, guys. This is highly embarrassing, and it just shouldn't be happening. It's unacceptable. Getting back into this game now, it's been quite passive. We have just seen just standard farming from each. And is that going to connect? It is going to connect, so you're going to deny him of that salve there. Absolutely amazing play by the Kunkka, who is completely outlaning that Clockwork by far. And what are we going to see here? We're going to see First Blood by Magnus. Magnus probably going way too far in. I want to know if he did use it. He did use a skewer. He's probably way too far forward. And that is just unlucky. That is simply unlucky. It is a very, very difficult tri-lane for that Magnus. But hey, the best thing that you can hope for in a tri-lane is just not die. And unfortunately, Magnus just didn't do that. So here's the Clinks with a Ring of Basilius already. So he's definitely doing absolutely brilliantly in this against this tri-lane. And they might have to use that Clinks with that Kunkka not doing... Oh, that Kunkka's out lane. Yeah, so the Kunkka is out laning the Clockwork. The Clinks is doing absolutely brilliantly in this tri-lane. Meanwhile, in the opposite lane, the Magnus has already died. I'm looking at this towards CM25, and although they were a little bit late trying to guard that rune spot, they're definitely doing a very good job here of putting a lot of pressure in all of the lanes. Clinks checking the rune there and getting lucky with a regen, maybe? No? Was it something? No, it must have been something that I missed, or he didn't get the rune. Or maybe he was just trying to get out of lane. Duke from the sentries. So he's level 4 now. Let's compare this with the Magnus, who's level 3, but he's at the bottom end of level 3, and that was a brilliant deny by Hadric there. And he can't really do... This Magnus can't really do much, seeing as there are 2 bottles that are trying to be bottle crowed, and the crow, or the donkey, hasn't moved much at all. So this is... Brotes maybe just not keeping that sort of awareness, because he really should be crowing that bottle, especially now that he is full and that he doesn't need it. That's the best time to crow this bottle. So, Visage has taken a smoke, and now they are going to go onto this Blackluster Soldier, but he's just gonna fight back, and there's going to be a huge Soul Assumption there, and he's going to cast his ult. He's taken his ult. He's going to be slowed. He's not going to get a kill, but he is going to get out of there. Absolutely brilliant game, and this is the difference between dominating your lane And that must have been literally... No, he's actually level 7, so that wasn't just on top of time. He had it ages away. And that area of effect does actually apply a slow to the people it travels through. Or maybe it gives it bonus movement speed to allies. Either way, it had definitely helped Kunkka escape there, so that was absolutely amazing play. And even though you had to blow your ult to escape, I don't think there's going to be any big team fight soon, so that was definitely good play. Meanwhile, we see Clinkz harassing CJ Izzle here in a defensive tri-lane. Clinkz doing absolutely brilliantly in this tri-lane. Meanwhile, we've got Magnus at the shop, buying treads, maybe? Yeah, maybe he's just reached his treads, but he can't go any more forward. He just can't, so he's going to stick on this level 4. With this Clinkz, there they've gone in, they've come in, and he hasn't captured him, so the Clinkz is just going to walk this off. I wonder if they will be able to get him. They might not. Clinkz might not know where the borders are. Then again, he might know. He's going to be Soul Assumption, and there he goes. Didn't have the mana to Skeleton Walk. Probably wouldn't have made a difference with that there. And the Lina going down to the Clinkz by the looks of it, and the Visage. No, that was the Kunkka coming in here. Sorry about that, guys. And he comes in and does a lot of damage here. Taking out that Lina, taking out that Visage. That Kunkka is doing absolutely brilliant play. First with that escape, now with that attack. Brilliantly played by that Kunkka. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight still on second most last hits. So getting plenty of farm there. Second to that Lifestealer, who might make a move on this Kunkka. Who knows? And Kunkka is just going to TP here. No, but he's going to be denied, and he's going to turn around and kill the Clockwork and just walk out of there. And he's just going to say, "See ya, Lifestealer, you can't catch me." Brilliant play by that Kunkka there. Just absolutely amazing play by that Kunkka there. So they've spotted the invisibility rune. Nyx is probably going to take it. Maybe they can even make another move on the Magnus here, but it's already 4-1 to CM25. Just good play, just outlaning, just simple outlaning here by the team. So the tri-lane is going to just continue to farm, both Lag and Lina. This is the thing. I always find that if you're running a tri-lane and your off-lane is missing, go somewhere else. Go to mid, help stop the push, go into the off-lane, maybe help Magnus, that sort of thing. CJ Izzle probably doesn't need any help, especially with the creeps this close to his tower. Meanwhile, there's been a move made on Kunkka, and they have gone for a gank on Kunkka, and I'm terribly sorry I've missed that, guys. And they have gone for a gank, and they did actually get the Kunkka, so that's finally a kill on Kunkka, but on 36 last hits and 12 denies, he's absolutely doing brilliantly. Let's take a look at this net worth. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Kunkka on top, but he's not. He's not far behind, though. This Chaos Knight on top, closely followed by the Lifestealer, even closer followed by that Kunkka, who has been ganked. Remember that Chaos Knight and Lifesteal haven't been ganked, and Kunkka's just been getting these kills, so absolutely amazing play by this Kunkka. Let's take a look what's happening here. We might see a move happening here. Arctic thinking about maybe going on to Lag. What's happening? Nothing seems to be happening. Oh, has he spotted? He has spotted the courier, but he won't be able to take it. No, and Pebble. Oh, that's a catch, but that's a catch on Kunkka. That's not who you want to catch. Either way, he's there. The entire team's there, and Kunkka tries, but nothing's going to happen. He's going to stun a couple, though, and deal a lot of damage. Maybe Arctic Light is going to come in here. He's going to take a couple of hits. They're going to Nightmare the Lina. They don't want the Lina in this battle. That's a Soul Assumption that's going to hit the Bane. And they've now spotted Arctic Light, and I don't think that he can get out of there. Not for now. Maybe he can just pop it. Maybe he can. He can't. And that is a brilliant turnaround, getting 3 really important kills. 1 on the Kunkka, 1 on the Clinkz, and the Bane just takes him longer to get to that level 6, which is definitely also important, making it 5-5. That fight definitely going in favour of Brotes. Meanwhile, however, Chaos Knight is just farming here, but having said that, I don't think Chaos Knight is one of the more superior carries. Come up against a Lifestealer, and I think Chaos Knight is going to have a lot of trouble, especially against that Rage. He's going to be able to hit him, but that's it. He's not going to be able to cast a Chaos Bolt. He's not going to be able to Reality Rift. Not to mention that Lifestealer will probably want to be going, and I just called it, he want to be going for attack speed to do the most there. And he is going to go on to Nocturne here, and he's going to stun him, 2-second stun, and he's almost gotten him, but Nocturne may get out of here. One last hit, and he pops that one just before it goes down. Crucial one charge popped there. Not enough damage to kill that Clockwork, and he's just going to have to waddle back to base. So the Visage is just going to TP into mid and just try and sort of defend this tower-ish, try and put some pressure. He's got level 6, so he can use those familiars, but he doesn't have enough for a soul assumption. He just doesn't have it. And so Arctic Light is going to go back, and they're not going to be able to find him, so he's just going to skeleton walk out of there. And it looks like CM25 is just going to pull back, knowing that this tower is going to be defended. I'm not sure if that's the necessary call, especially with the Lifestealer still sort of farming there. Maybe they do want to take a tower. They definitely want to help that Bane. They definitely want to help that Nyx. None of them are even close to level 6. And a tower would definitely help them, at least in terms of the gold, which would help in the survivability, which would help get them to level 6. So what have we seen here? We've spotted a Clockwork here, and Klink's maybe thinking about going for this Clockwork. Homing in, or bang, hitting the Bane, but it's not going to make much of a difference. Now, looks like Brotes are 5 manning here, except for the Lifestealer, sorry, they're 4 manning here, and I don't exactly know what they want to do if they're not going to take down a tower. Or are they going to push this tower? That's a huge hook. He's gone into the Nyx, but I don't know if that was the smartest hook. He's under tower, and that's going to hurt him a lot. Is he going to be able to take the Nyx? He does take the Nyx, and he comes out alive, and that's a 2-man RP. Laguna Blade hitting the Kunkka, and seem to deal nothing. Klink's trying to right-click there. He's going to have to skeleton walk out, but currently that's only the Lena and the Nyx dead. Lag's going to be taken out as well. So that's a 2-for-1 trade-off going in the direction of CM25. Klink's wanting to pick out those familiars, but it's just not happening. Neither team pushing there. An almost dead Nocturne and an almost dead Magnus just waddling off back to base. And that spell is absolutely brilliant, that Death Pact, because it means that he can... he's got 620 here, so he's got around about 600 health. When he finishes off with this guy, he'll have around about 500, but his max health usually is only around about 900, remember that. Or if it's not less, which means that his bar, when he's finished farming, is going to end up somewhere around the 3/4 line. Which is the beauty of that spell that people don't really realise. So you can see he's quite low here. Just watching the mini-map for any plays. He's quite low here, and that Dark Pact's going to run out, and he goes well beyond half. Well above half, sorry, just from that Dark Pact running out. So what are we going to see here? We're going to see Familiar stunning 2, and there's a slow, and there's almost a hit, but there's no hit. He's going to go onto this Lena, but it's not going to be good for him, and then he's going to go straight back. Lena's going to ulti him. Lag's going to... Oh, it's not an ulti, it's just a hit, and it's not going to do much. Meanwhile, they're being followed. Klink's going to get that hit. They've put down the sentry. He won't be able to skeleton walk out of this, but Kunkka comes in, and he's taken it down, even though Klink's gotten the double kill. Kunkka's going to take the... No! Magnus is going to finish him off! And on the hit there, it's going to be the CK, but the Familiars are going to take the CK down. Absolutely amazing play by CM25 there, with the Klinks coming very, very low, but getting that double kill. And now he's going to right-click the Familiars, and he's going to come so close, but he's just not going to kill him. Almost getting rid of that Familiars. Absolutely amazing play by the teams. Here we've seen it flop, we've seen it go backwards, we've seen it go forwards. Now CM25 is back again, but all it takes is a good team fight, which we know Brotes is definitely capable of doing,
Radiant's top tower is under
to get that this game back in order. So now Magnus just coming back into mid, just to farm up this lane. And he's not going to try and push it, he is just going to try and farm it. He does have level 6, so I'm not sure why he's not just putting as much pressure as he can. Not onto the tower as such, but just... Oh, that's a huge hook there. And he is going to go on him, and he's going to Nightmare him, but it doesn't matter, Magnus is going to finish him off. And Clockwork can just walk back. Absolutely brilliant hook there by Clockwork. Using that hook basically as soon as it comes off cooldown. Is this going to be 3-man though? That's a 2-man stun, and it's not going to help him much, he's just going to deal some damage. Almost a skewer back by that Magnus there, but he doesn't catch him, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Lifestealer just farming. Not participating in any of these team fights. We've seen Chaos Knight participate in a team fight. We've seen Kunkka participate in a team fight. But we haven't seen Lifestealer doing anything. So will this come back to bite them if the Brotes support team can hold it off? Oh, Familiar stun on Pebble there, and the towers are attacking him, but it looks like nothing's going to come out of it. Lag with a lot of a lot of mana, but not enough health there, and they're going to try and take them, and they do take down this tower, and that familiar is just going to do a bit of a stun, and I'm not sure why all the pings here, and Hadrick is going to absolutely take down that Visage, not behind the tower, but as soon as the tower comes down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
And they are going to keep putting pressure on this, knowing that the Visage has gone down. That Soul Assumption dealing a lot of damage.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And Clockwork split pushing that bottom tower. So no, Clockwork trying to defend that bottom tower, sorry. And he's not able to do that either. So Visage has just respawned now. But he did take... Oh, he took out the Nyx. Oh, what am I missing? What am I missing? I got to pay attention. Took out that Nyx in the bottom lane and wasn't able to defend the tower. But that's fine. That's another kill for Clockwork that has been doing brilliantly since being outlaned by Kunkka. Okay, so just questioning why all the minus pings there. Because I imagine it would be disrupting to our viewers. But that's alright. And they've spotted the familiars there, so they know that the familiars are scouting. Will Klinks be able to get a kill on the familiars here? It doesn't look like it, so he's just going back behind the tower. It looks like CM25 do want to play aggressively again, and they have pulled off a stun on this Lina, and Lina might go down. Klinks just completely finishes that Lina down. Hendrik comes in as a huge boat, but it just doesn't connect, and there's a huge Lifestealer bomb. Oh, 3-man familiar stun, and stunning another 2. Lifestealer isn't going to be able to push this any further, though. He's really out of it, and they push down Nocturne as well. Bane has been the only one going down for CM25. Chaos Knight is getting very, very low, but he's not going to go down. He's going to arm it toggle, and he's going to do a brilliant job of it. That team fight also going in the way of CM25, who are bringing this game back no matter what Brotes keep saying. They're just CM25 just constantly putting pressure. They're putting pressure on towers. Looks like they are going to take down this tower. Kunkka's just going to wait for the last hit there, and he's going to get it. Getting that gold for himself and that gold for his team as well. And then he's going to TP back into mid. Looks like nothing's going to happen. They are going to try and take these familiars, but it looks like they're not going to be able to. Oh, we got a flare. Got a flare. Where's it going? Straight into mid. Straight into nobody. So Lag's just watching up this lane here with the Visage. I wonder if he wants to try and make a go. He does try and make a go, but he's just really harassing him. Now, I think the Klinks could turn around and just maybe wreck him. He doesn't have any points in Gravekeeper's Cloak, which I think is so much more important in the early game, especially when you're laning with a Lifestealer that already has a slow. It doesn't scale too terribly. The only thing that's buffed is the duration. I mean, it doesn't scale too well, sorry. The only thing that's buffed is the duration. And let's take a look at bottom lane here, where it looks like cogs were popped, but nothing happened. They made a bit of an effect on Chaos Knight, who is sort of pulling back. And now Nocturne is going to try and scout out, but he's not going to find anything. Does he have his hook up? No, he doesn't have his hook up, but he's got mana in his wand and in his he's got mana now straight up if he did want to cast it. Give it another 25 seconds. I'm pretty sure we'll see it. Or maybe soon after 25 seconds. So Klink scouting it out here, and he's going to make a move on the Lina. 2, 3, and that one's going to be popped, and thank heavens it was popped, because now he might go down. Skeleton walks there, and he's just put him in a nightmare, but nothing's going to come out of that. And he's going to try and take out Lag, but nothing's going to happen here either. It's just the Clockwork going down. Oh, but they are going to go in on CJ Izzle, and there's nothing he can do about it. And that is a very solid kill on that Lifestealer. And now they take up the Visage as well. Absolutely amazing play by CM25 there, taking out the carry that's just been farming all game. Now, if he's been farming all game and he's taken out by some brilliant team play there, this Chaos Knight, well, maybe I underestimated him. Maybe he is worth it after all. I love playing Chaos Knight, by the way. He is my most played hero. He's not my most won hero. With Shadow with Shadow Shaman, I actually have a 100% win rate from 6 games. So I love Shadow Shaman. He's not my favorite support. And my favorite support is Lich, but I love Chaos Knight, and I do play Chaos Knight as a support. And I do play him as a carry, and I think he's brilliant in both roles. I know, Chaos Knight support, some people might be thinking, what are you doing? But he pulls in, and he stuns what else do you really need? And he can sort of push the lane, even though he's sort of average at it. Oh, Klinks is going to pull out this Lina again, and he's going to go for the lag as well. And is he going to be able to get him? He does get him, so that's a solo double kill on an unstoppable Klinks. Brotes are going to have to counter this. They're going to have sentry wards everywhere. Observer wards in even more places to counter just this Klinks, because now they're going to be pushing mid, CM25 pushing mid, and there's not much that Brotes will be able to do. So Klinks is going to go up here and he's going to get... No, sorry, it's Nyx that's going to go up here and he's going to get lucky with a haste rune. And they decided not to push that, so they're just going to back off and go back to farming, maybe in the jungle. Yep. He's just going to go straight back into the jungle. No. He's going to meet up with his team and 5-man mid. That's fair enough. Brotes is going to counter with a 4-man mid. Once Visage arrives. Now Klinks is here again. Now he doesn't know. He wants to try his luck with his life stealer. He's going to start on him, and he's going to deal a lot of damage, and he's going to go back straight into the enemy team. Oh, is he going to be able to survive that? Is he going to be able to... and it doesn't go through the rage, and that's a 4-man stun by Lina, so they're not going to get a kill. But that's a follow-up. Brilliant Fiend's Grip on the Lina, and it's going to cause a lot of damage, and he's just going to... Oh... Doesn't get a hit there, but it is pulled in, and they have passed the tower, and they have gotten another couple of kills. Now a 3rd kill. Now they're going to push down this tower with the Chaos Knight illusions. They haven't lost a single one. This is absolutely amazing play. Let's take a look at the graphs. It's gone well above 15,000. Gold graph's gone well above 12,000. This game is well and truly in CM25's favour. And now that the enemy is still down, they're going to keep pushing this. Of course, I said it before, and I can say it again. One big team fight, one 5-man RP, if he's able to pull it off, is going to make such a big difference, because if he gets a 5-man RP, that Lina will follow up with that Light Strike array, and it could be a big deal, because Klinks, not really that tanky. Chaos Knight, tanky, maybe not that tanky, and he does get 3, and that is a life bomb, and is he going to skewer him back? He's not going to skewer him back, he does have the mana. Where is he going to skewer them to? That's only 1 kill on the Chaos Knight, I guess the most important kill. But nothing else is going to come out of that except for the... No. Nothing else is going to come out of that. He's going to turn around. Oh, he's got a Shadow Blade and he decided to turn around. Maybe he tried to juke him, thought he was going back. Wanted them to follow him. Who knows, it was absolutely amazing play by Brotes defending that tower, but it looks like there's going to be a re-entry. Pebble is going to try and go in, and he's made an initiation on Nocturne, but he hasn't used his Fiend's Grip. It's on 3 seconds. He's going to be taken down before he's able to use it. Yes, Lag takes a hit, but he goes down. So does the Bane, but that's 2 kills, 3 kills, now that Conker's finished off that Visage towards CM25. Once again, Klink's going down. Klink's not being the tankiest of heroes. We need to see some big plays here by Brotes if they're willing to turn it around. But Kunker's still going to push this tower, and he is tanky. And he is definitely one of the tanky ones. He's not one of the ones that you go for immediately. And he's got a Shadow Blade, he's got a Vanguard, so he's definitely even tankier than he needs to be. And these familiars are just going to chase him off. This tower is definitely in deny range, so... Yep. Oh no! The creep's getting the tower there, unfortunately. That was almost a brilliant deny by the familiar Visages, by Visage's familiars there. But just not quite making it. And judging by this, Visage has only just picked up boots. He has only done... That's 25-minute boots. Even on a support, it's not looking very good at all. You want to be over 200 gold per minute, even as a support. Now Magnus with only 186, sure he's in an offlane position. And Visage and Lina with less than 100, even worse. It's just such a shame because it means that they're not able to be as good supports as they should be able to be. In comparison with, say, the Nyx, who's already got a Blink Dagger, and the Bane, who's working on a mech, already has a headdress, but has been buying sentries and observers the entire game. The vision here, absolutely brilliant. They've got 1 ward here, they've got 1 ward here, so they're basically covering all ground. Bane is going to put another offensive ward up here, I imagine. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And that is going to be spotted, the placement of that ward, so maybe they can decide to de-ward that. But it looks like they're just going to go top, and they're just going to make pressure. Klinks is going in here, and he has been spotted, because there is an observer there, and my guess is that he's absolutely is going to die. And he does go down. He almost takes down Nocturne, but it's just not enough. That Clink's going down is definitely a very big play. In this tower, RP is up, and Magnus does have a blink. So he doesn't have big boots. Either going for mana boots or treads, but he's got boots of speed, and he's got a blink dagger, and he's got RP. Big things could happen here, and he rages, and he RPs too here. And will the team be able to come in time? And he skewers them back. A Light Strike Array isn't made because that is a 3-man stun by the Nyx. Brilliantly done, and Cook is going to come in here, and he's going to deal a little bit of damage, and he's going to get Laguna Bladed, but it just doesn't do anything. It just doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, the lifesteal is completely taken down. That's a 1-for-1 trade so far. And the Nyx taken out by Nocturne as well. Can he continue in this fight? No, the Familiars are going down. Both of the Familiars go down, and that's a 3-for-2. Still going in the way of CM25 though, although if you're coming even on fights like this... Oh, and that's a jump onto the Clockwork, who's probably going to go down. No, he traps him in there, but can't get out. But unfortunately can't get out. And Hadrick getting another kill there, so CM25. It's these little kills though that make a big difference, and if they're coming ahead, they're coming ahead. But you can see that slight dip there on Brotes. If it's evening out, even if it's evening out for Brotes, they're behind. So getting even team fights is a good job. That simply wasn't an even team fight, and they doubled the kills. CM25 is now double the kills ahead. Not to mention, looking at the graphs, 15,000, 15,000, coming up very close to 18,000 even. It's just a bit of a shame. And he tries to blink in, and he almost cast the RP. No, it wasn't the RP. It was just the end of the. It was just the end of the skewer there. No, he did cast the RP in the team fight. And now they're just farming the. Radiant team farming the Dire jungle. That's how comfortable they are. Arclight knows that there's a sentry around here. Well, the creep is attacking him, so there's definitely a sentry around here, but he probably doesn't know where. Either way, two shots on that melee creep means that he is quite powerful with that Orchid and that Crystallis already. Look at him just absolutely burst down this tower. And that was a brilliant deny by the Lifestealer. His rage is going to run out soon, and he's not going to be able to get there. There's the Fiend's Grip, and the Lifestealer does die for that deny. Is it worth it? Probably not. He just needs to farm. Cook has been taken back here. He's going to be burst down, and he's going to be Laguna Bladed just to secure the kill, even though Clockwork does get that kill. Probably a bit of a waste of a Laguna Blade, but now you really need to secure those kills at this point in time. So Kunka taking that one, even though... Clockwork taking that one, even though the Lifestealer did die to top. Definitely a good play by Team Brotes there, who are no longer double the deaths. Behind Ward Wars. Yes, there has been a lot of warding and de-warding here. No more wards on the rune spot, which I frankly don't blame, because they are trying to ward the enemy jungle, which is the best play to do when you're ahead. If you're behind, ward your own jungle, try to jungle safely. If you're ahead, ward the enemy's jungle as much as possible. So now they're going to de-ward the de-ward, if that sort of makes sense. But hey, they want ward control, although de-warding that is a little bit silly if you're not going to place an observer of your own there. So now we might have a possible infest bomb here. They might know that Clinks is there. Oh, that's an RP on Clinks, and they want to get that Clinks no matter what. And he does phase out. Then they nightmare him. Oh, brilliant defensive nightmare there, but the Familiars does take him. Is this Lina gonna take out the Bane as well? Huge. Oh, meg pop by the Bane. And it's not gonna save him. Nocturne getting 2 kills there with the Clinks immediately buying back. Hendrik thinking that he can go in, but he can't, and he's just gonna TP out. I wouldn't quite call that a rage buyback. Maybe he thought he could get back into the fight, but the buyback is definitely going to set him back. Seeing as he did want to I imagine he would have wanted to finish an Orchid. Not an Orchid, sorry, a Daedalus, which he no longer can finish as quickly as he could before. Guess what they're going to do? It with Flare. Ha! Ha ha! Shut up, Logic. Okay. Getting back here, we see the teams are just roaming, and there really isn't much dire vision except for the sentry wards here. I mean, look at that vision. Look at that visual range. It's not very much at all. And the Nyx here, he's thinking, oh, there's a Lifestealer here. Oh, look, there's a Lina there as well. He could probably burst down the Lina by using all of his spells, but on his own, he just doesn't want to do it, knowing that Brotes will probably be 5-manning this. Meanwhile, there's been a Roshan here, and a completely uncontested Roshan, obviously, with Chaos Knight picking up the Aegis. And he's probably just going to go straight in there. Arctic Light, feeling brave on that Clinks, wanting to scout out, knowing that there are sentries here, knowing that they are warding and dewarding. Maybe he's just taking the long route? I'm not sure, but he might even be spotted by this sentry ward here. He's out range of vision of it now, but he could have been spotted by it before. If they notice, maybe they notice now. Is there a ping? Is there a ping? There's no ping. There's no ping, so they probably don't notice him. Unless they're talking over the comms. Which they could be. Oh! They did notice him, maybe. And they guessed as to where he was. And Nocturne just popping that ult because can. I mean, it is a relatively low cooldown, and he's tried to put the boat there, and nothing's going to happen. Magnus is just going to blink away. That's a bit of an ult. A waste of an ult. He's gaining mana quite quickly, though. 2.9. Can't imagine it's from the Bracer. It's just probably from being level 19 and having 11 plus 45 points in intelligence. So well done to that, to Kunkka, who has played a good game from the laning phase. Perfectly timed mech there, almost saving that Bane before. And Slick Fingers is going to pull this creep wave back into the tier 4 towers so they can finish it off easily. I'm not sure what that was. Probably an attempted hook. Yeah, an attempted hook. CM25 and Foulblade are pushing up top lane like good support buddies should, while Arctic Light is just farming it up in the jungle, trying to get that Daedalus as quickly as possible, seeing as he already does have the Orchid. And now they're going to 5-man this. They're all going to group up here, and they're all going to try and take out this tier 4 tower. They're going to go on the high ground. I'm not really sure what that was about either, and that wasn't a very good timed Kunkka stun either, and another ult wasted there, and trading an ult for power cogs is just so not worth it. Clockwork is wanting to find someone here, but I don't know whether that's safe. Maybe the Bane, they could pick him out if they got in there early, but the team is really too far behind to be able to follow up with an RP. Unless Magnus skewers in, which is never the most advised play. Oh, and he does catch the Bane, and he is going to take out this Bane really easily. The Bane tries to pop everything, but it's not going to make a difference, and he does pop his ult. Kunkka trying to come in here. Look at that huge damage done by the Clinks there, but he's taken by the RP, and he's sent back into tower range. Meanwhile, Lifestealer goes down almost immediately. Nocturne's going to go down as well. The Visage has gone down. Lean has tried to go in, and he's gone down as well. No matter that RP, how good it could possibly be, it just hasn't been enough to save this team. And it's definitely looking like GG's. We saw it drop back into Brotes. We saw it dropping back. We saw Brotes trying to bring it back and having good plays. But it looks like in the end, 5v5, CM25 just absolutely took it. And they are going to try and sort of hold this tower, but GG has been called, and Brotes knows they can't bring this back. They probably don't have buybacks. And it was just brilliant play there by CM25. So well done to the teams there, both teams, CM25 and Brotes, for some absolutely brilliant play. Let's take a look at some of these endgame stats. That Kunkka, highest level, level 20, understandably, finishing off his Daedalus, as well as the Clinks, who didn't finish off his Daedalus, and almost had enough money to. He had the Crystallis though, and he had the Ring of Aquila and an Orchid, so hugely farmed. The Chaos Knight, he looks underfarmed. He's got a helm, he's got treads, and sure, he's got an armlet and drum, but for a safe lane carry, he's just not nearly as farmed as the Kunkka and the Clinks, which definitely took that game there. Brilliantly played to the Clockwork, getting a lot of kills there, to the Visage, to the Magnus, who had a very difficult off lane, which he tried to bring back and almost did a very good job of bringing back, but they just couldn't finish that up. Congratulations to both teams. Thank you both for letting me cast. This will be up, hopefully, on a slightly higher definition. I have changed some of the settings, so I have tweaked some of the settings. It should be up on a higher definition, at least 720p, hopefully, on youtube.com/goingonlylogical. And guess what? Tomorrow is my 1-year anniversary on being on YouTube, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you for all of my subscribers. Subscribe to keep up with all of this, because it will be better quality, it will be edited, and it should look nicer. as well as have annotations. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I'll probably be doing more casts tonight, so stick around on twitch.tv/OnlyLogic.